Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Angel Stadium in beautiful Anaheim, California. Typically the home of the Los Angeles Angels of Major League Baseball, but today it is the home of Monster Jam Freestyle. And today's freestyle competition is brought to you by Beam Monsters. I'm your host, B-Ride the Monster Truck Guy. You can check my channel out in the description below, but before you do that, let's take a look at our lineup. We got The Rod Ryan Show, driven by Matt Pagliarulo. Spider-Man, driven by Camden Murphy. Blue Thunder, driven by Todd LeDuc. Thor, driven by young up-and-comer Jamie Sullivan. Iron Man, driven by Tony Oaks. Monster Energy, driven by Cody Saucier. And El Toro Loco, driven by Armando Castro. And rounding out our field here today, a special appearance by Hank in the Beam Monsters truck. It's going to be an exciting freestyle. I can't wait. Let's get to the action. First up is Matt Pagliarulo in the Rod Ryan Show. The Rod Ryan Show typically saved for those Texas events, but a special appearance here in Anaheim as Matt Pagliarulo is looking to set the tone for our freestyle competition here today. Taking his time, driving around the track, showing off to the fans, getting them excited for this Monster Jam freestyle. And if you're not excited, you're in the wrong place as Matt Pagliarulo gets a little sideways to start the runoff. Will not start the clock, though, because he did not hit an obstacle, so he's still got time to go ahead and get set up here. Going to back her all the way up to the wall. Are we going to see Matt Pagliarulo send it on the first hit? There he goes, stomping on the gas. He's on the loud pedal. A huge leap by Matt Pagliarulo to start his run. The time has started, and I can't think of a better way to announce your presence as the first truck out here in freestyle. Back over the pod now, back to the other side of the track, pops up the rear end and keeps it going. Matt is not a driver that's known to pop out a stoppie out of nowhere, but he had a real opportunity there as he goes off the racing lane with some nice air once again. The pacing has been there for Matt Pagliarulo so far. Has not had a wow moment living up to that first big leap, but he's got a lot of time left here on the clock as he's going back over the pod. About to hit the halfway point on his run here in about 10 seconds. Matt Pagliarulo, like I said, the pacing of this run has been great. Has not had the wow factor that you would want to see. Still a minute left in his run, though. A lot of time to make that happen. And he is the first truck out, so he's setting the tone. He might not be going all out because he's the guy that is setting the tone for the rest of the freestylers in this competition. And with 45 seconds left, let's see what that tone is going to be. Nice wheelie combination, but it sends the truck over with 38 seconds left on the clock. That is too much time left on that clock. It is going to affect his score. As you see here, a 7.442. Still a very good run to start off our competition. But all things considered, especially the way that run started, I was really expecting him to throw down a banger. But here is somebody who is capable of throwing down that banger. It's Camden Murphy in the brand new Spider-Man truck. Camden is beyond ecstatic to be representing the Spider-Man and Team Marvel today. And a big leap to start his run. Gets in a little bit of trouble on the landing, but pops up the front end into a wheelie and keeps it going. Looks like the truck held together there. Nothing broken, can keep the run going. Almost disaster on the first hit of the day for Camden Murphy, and now he's taking it a little more easy as he's cross-threading over the pod from the racing lane. This is a wide floor here in Anaheim. You want to see these drivers make use of all the space, and he does there, getting a run up for more huge air. The body shedding off, but that's not going to bother Camden Murphy one bit. He doesn't need a body. All he needs is to throw this truck around here in freestyle and excite the fans. Stomping on the gas again, back over the pod. Nice air over that pod. And I talked about the pacing with Matt Pagliarulo. What we are seeing here by Camden Murphy is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the mix of the pacing with those wow moments, things that make you get out of your seat, things that excite the fans, make them get loud. Nothing is better than hearing thousands of screaming fans over top of the noise of your Monster Jam truck as Camden Murphy gets in a little bit of trouble here, but able to keep the run going. Almost thought we had another Matt Pagliarulo. It would have been exactly 38 seconds, too, if he didn't get that one to come back. He's got 27 seconds left on the clock now, and he's airing this thing out again. Throwing the truck around for sure, but not getting that huge air that we saw out of, well, the first hit of Matt Pagliarulo's run. But another cross thread here. And Camden is exciting the crowd with these hits. I mean, he's moving along hit to hit as fast as he can, not wasting any time. As you see, he's going for the backflip here to end off his run, and a perfect backflip to moonwalk combination. And that will end the run for Camden Murphy. One last leap here for the fans. And getting a little bit of trouble on this last leap, and into the dumpsters he goes. They're going to shut him off, but his run was already over. He already filled the clock. What a run from Camden Murphy and Spider-Man. And we'll take a look at his score as we take a look at his highlights. It's an 8.958 for Camden Murphy. Great score, great run. Very well-deserved first place position right now for Camden. He is only the second truck out. We got a lot of competitors to go. But a heck of a run to really set the tone today. And to follow that tone is Todd LeDuc in Blue Thunder. You know he was sitting there in his truck watching everything Camden was doing, knowing he's got to come out here and turn it up. Todd, sometimes known for taking it a little easy in the beginning of freestyle. I don't think he's going to be able to do that today if he wants a win. And he's lining up for this car stack here already. We know that these stacks are great for big air, and it looks like Todd is sending it off the first hit. Huge air up and on top of the pod. Great way to start the run for Todd LeDuc and Blue Thunder. Man, Todd is on the gas. He's not playing any games today. Like I said, he saw what Camden did. He knows he has to step it up a notch, and he is just on the gas the whole way around this track right now. The only time Todd LeDuc has lifted is when he's got to turn the thing around. Big sky wheelie for Todd. Lands on the tailgate, keeps it going, pops it into a wheelie. Great combination onto one wheel there. Had only one of those BKT tires touching the ground. And I don't think he had a single fan touching their seat. Crazy move from Todd LeDuc. Able to settle the truck back down somehow and keep it going. Now going off the racing lane with a cross thread. Man, Todd is absolutely slinging this truck all around the track at the highest pace that he can and pops it up for a stoppie. Todd showing a bit of his technical side here today. He said, I can throw the truck around, but I can also do these technical moves. Nice air again. Shorts it a little bit on the pod. Oh no, Todd! Able to save it somehow, some way. I don't know how he got that truck back, but he did. He's got 25 seconds left in his run. Going for the backflip. Gets the backflip into another beautiful moonwalk. We've seen two backflip to moonwalks now today. They've both been beautiful, and a great cross thread there from Todd off the pod. Oh, gets in a little trouble on the landing, but settles the truck back down. It's back on all fours, and he's still going with some big air on the sky wheelie. And that is going to end Todd's run, and he's just going to throw this thing into a cyclone. Todd LeDuc, Blue Thunder, just tore the house down with that freestyle, and I don't see how you beat it. The rest of our competitors have to be wondering how hard they have to go to beat this man, Todd LeDuc. Getting a little ahead of myself. I know the score hasn't popped up yet, but you gotta imagine. And it is good enough to get the lead, a 9.216 for Todd LeDuc and Blue Thunder. And I knew it. I mean, look at these highlights. He was throwing that truck every which way that he could. What an exciting run for Blue Thunder. Look at the save here. How did he get this truck to come back so easily? Todd LeDuc, you madman. Well, next up is the young up-and-comer Jamie Sullivan in Thor, looking to make a name for herself here at the stadium level. She's already made a name for herself at the arena level, It is time for her to really break out as a star in this industry as she starts off her freestyle. Jamie slings the truck around quick. Back for some nice air over the pod. Huge air off the car stack. We were talking earlier about how much air. Oh no, Jamie, oh no! Able to save it, settles the truck back down. Got a favorable rollover there. It was almost over for her that quickly into her run. And that is how fast things can change. You go from looking like you are done to back in this thing just like that. And she is cross-threading all over the place. Look out, Jamie gets a little close to El Toro Loco there. Might have blown him a kiss as she went by, and oh my goodness! Lands the truck somehow. It held together, no breakage, and her run will continue. Now off that step up, look out, Jamie! Getting a little too wild, and over she goes! And the truck settles back down, but it looks like they shut her off, and I am hearing, due to a breakage, that will be it for Jamie Sullivan and Thor. A score of 8.126. An incredible run. It was short, but man, it was packed with incredible highlights like the ones you see here. Look at that leap. And that might have been where her trouble started, but this is definitely where they finished. A wild, wild ending to her run, and the officials shut her off. You got to think if she was able to keep going, she would have challenged for the lead. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our very special driver in the Beam Monsters truck, it's Hank. Out here repping for Beam Monsters, beammonsters.com. The ones bringing you this great freestyle competition. And let's see what Hank can do as he's getting set up on the racing lane here. Stomps on the gas and gets some big air. A little bit of a nosedive of the truck there, but pops it up for a wheelie. Not only was he able to escape that first leap without a breakage, but pops it into a wheelie to combo out of it. Great move to announce your presence. And let's see what he can do to fill the rest of this clock. Over off that long side of the step up. Didn't get too much air off of it, but it's keeping the momentum up. Hitting things, going move to move, not just driving around the track, which we've seen drivers do a great job of here today. I think, you know, the tone was set very early on, and every driver has come out and drove to the best of their ability here in this freestyle competition. Nobody is taking it slow. They are leaving it out on the track here today as we see Hank doing the same thing. And Hank getting a little wild here over the pod. Settles it back down on all fours, gets the save, and keeps it going. You know, I was just about to say that he wasn't giving us any big wow moments after that first hit, but there was one. And now he's going off the step up for some big air. Back over to the pod now. More big air for Hank in the Beam Monsters truck. Swings it back around. More big air. This is an assault right now from Hank. And it looks like he might be going. No, he will not actually. He's back to the backside of the step up here. He's got 22 seconds left in his run. Gets a wheelie, a power wheelie after clipping the jammer. Then goes off the racing lane. And look out, Hank! Able to bring it back on all fours. How was he able to save that truck? He's got 5 seconds left. And you know he's going to throw it in some huge air here. Off the car stack. Onto the pod. And that's going to end the run for Hank in the Beam Monsters truck. And you know what? He said, I didn't get to get the backflip in during my run. I'll do it now. Gets that backflip. Doesn't get the moonwalk combo out of it, but that is okay. It came after the run was over anyways. It will not be counted for scoring, but he's still going. Not done giving these fans a show. And he'll park her right on top of the pod. What a run from Hank in the Beam Monsters truck. Repping for beammonsters.com. He will walk out of here with a score of 8.631. And honestly, you got to think if he was able to hit that backflip in his run, he's challenging for first place. No doubt about it. That was an incredible run. Had the tempo, had the big air, had the wow moments for sure. Just didn't have that backflip. That's the only thing he was missing. Well, next up is Tony Oaks in Ironman. Renowned arena driver of the Thunder Roars truck here in Ironman today. Looking to give Angel Stadium a show. And it looks like he might be starting off. He will be starting off with a skills move to start his freestyle. The clock has started, and he is walking out this nose wheelie. Gonna walk this thing back. Let's see if he can combo it here. Oh, bringing it back forward now. Has to settle the truck down, but a very nice skills hit to start his freestyle, showing off the poise and the control that he has over these trucks. That beautiful Ironman truck, ready to tear it down here at Anaheim. He's just about to hit 40 seconds into his freestyle, and I want to see him turn it up a little bit here. Started out very well with that skills hit, something that nobody else has done here today, and the judges will love that. But he's going to have to do more to make himself stand out in today's competition, and there's some good air. And pops it into a wheelie combination. What a move there from Tony Oaks. And look out, Tony over on the sidewalls. Tries to save it and overcooks it. He's on his lid, and that will end his run with 54 seconds left. Man, he was really just starting to turn it on. A great start today for Tony Oaks with that skills hit to start his freestyle, something nobody else did. A way to stand apart from the competition. A very tough competition to do so with today. And Tony was just starting to turn it on as you see this big air to slap wheelie combo. But his run ended early. He will not be our winner today, but Cody Saucier in Monster Energy has a chance to be. Cody, a renowned driver, been at this for years, getting some nice air to start his run. Cody's been doing this for a long time, and look out, Cody! Able to save it. What control of that Monster Jam truck to flip that thing back over. That was all throttle control. That was the reason he was able to pull that save down. And only 20 seconds into his freestyle run, and he's already got a wow moment, and he's hiking up again around that corner just like Tony Oaks did. Able to settle it back down, though, and keep his run going. You know Cody would have been disappointed if his run had ended there after such a great start and a hard landing. That's a tough hit to take and keep going. But he's doing it right now. 45 seconds into his run, and it's been a very good one so far for Cody. And early on, he's going for the 8-pack. First one to hit the 8-pack backflip and combos it into a little moonwalk. Cody Saucier did not come here to play around. He's here to win a freestyle competition, and right now he might be on his way to doing so. Big air there from Cody. It's been an incredible run so far. An early backflip, but he's the first guy to hit the 8-pack. Got a combination move out of it and some huge air on the sky wheelie. Oh, he might have just tore up the rear end trying to save it. Save it, Cody. He does. Able to pull it back down. And with 30 seconds left in his run, let's see what he can do to finish out strong and have a chance of taking the lead. Nice cross thread there. And gets up on two wheels for a second. Again hikes the truck up. And this one, look out, Cody. How on earth did he settle that truck back down? And he doesn't. He keeps it going, and they're going to shut him off with just 7 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, Cody Saucier might have just had the craziest freestyle run I've ever seen. And that is reflected in the scores. A score of 9.452 for Cody Saucier. He deserves every point of that. What an incredible freestyle run. I mean, he was just on one the entire time. So many saves, so many wow moments, move to move. And we move on to Armando Castro in that beautiful new El Toro Loco body. A decisive change to a legendary truck. But one thing that hasn't changed is how hard Armando Castro is going to go out there and drive this thing. Making his rounds around Angel Stadium, hyping up the fans. And he's going straight over to Monster Energy. Gonna show him what he thinks of him. And there it is. That's exactly what he thinks of Monster Energy. Kind of an El Toro Loco tradition for the driver to go out and blow that smoke in someone's face. And he's not done yet. He's going straight up to Todd LeDuc, who's in second place right now, and said, hey, I'm beating you too, and there's nothing you can do about it. And there goes Armando to start his run. The clock has started. Nice leap to start out his freestyle. Gonna have to do a lot to match and especially beat Cody Saucier, but that sky wheelie is a great way to start. Blowing the smoke up in the air. Now back over the pod here with some nice air. 30 seconds into this freestyle run, and it's been pretty solid so far. He might want to try to pick the pace up just a little bit, just to try to, like I said, match what Monster Energy was able to come out here and do. He put down a crazy good run, and there's a lot for Armando to live up to. He's just going sideways off the step-up ramp. Now going over here to the jammer that has the 8-pack seated inside of it and gets in a little bit of trouble, able to bring it back. That was a lucky, lucky recovery there from Armando Castro. If that ended his run, it would have been tragic because he's out there going for the lead as he combos into a slap wheelie across the stadium. 50 seconds left. He's got to turn it up a little bit if he wants a chance at winning this thing. And there we go. There's some big air. Rough landing. And settles it back down, and that's exactly what he needs. He needs those wow moments. He needs those saves. He needs something to get the fans on their feet. And he's going for it. You can tell he's throwing the truck around as much as he can. He wants to make something happen, and that is a prime example here on this leap. And something does happen. He settles it back down for the save. 18 seconds left now. Let's see if he can get the backflip in. Pulling over to the backflip. 12 seconds. He's going to hit it and hits it a little sideways. And that is going to end his run. A hard hit on the lid for El Toro Loco. And with 8 seconds left on a failed backflip attempt, a great run by Armando, but you got to think it's not enough to beat Cody Saucier. And it is not. It's an 8.573 for Armando Castro. You can't knock him, though. It was an incredible run filled with highlights, just like every run tonight has been. These drivers brought their all here in Anaheim, and I got to tip my cap to every single one of them. Look at this leap here, man. Gets on the sidewalls on the landing, flips it back over, settles it down. Somehow, some way, Armando Castro with an insane, insane run. But Armando was our last competitor out for the night, so that means your freestyle winner is Cody Saucier in Monster Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in here today. What a freestyle competition we had here in Anaheim, full of highlights, full of high-octane action. And your winner, Cody Saucier, had to work for every single point he got today. Thank you again to Beam Monsters. Make sure you take yourself to beammonsters.com to check out all the great stuff over there. They're the ones that brought you this incredible competition, and I just had the joy of being your host here today. But that's going to do it for me. I'm your host, B-Rye, here for Beam Monsters. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you check me out. And make sure you check back in for more great freestyle action.